right. Well, good morning, and thanks for joining me, David. Appreciate you
Sure.
jumping on the line today. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you doing today?
Great, great. So for anybody listening in here, I'm joined today by David Stephenson, and David is the director of the Smart Building Studio at Little. So, David, if you don't mind, can you just tell us a little bit about what your group does at Little and maybe a little bit about Little?
Sure, absolutely. So the Smart Building Studio is really a technology group within Little, and we've been around for 25 years, and I've had a couple of different names over those years. But our core business is really working with clients to help them best utilize their real estate and facilities technology. Typically that comes in the form of CAFM and IWMS systems, integrated workplace management systems. So you'll probably
Mm-hmm.
hear me use that acronym a couple times while we talk. Uh, but really, we're transitioning into a realm of there's just so much data being generated in buildings by the buildings operating themselves, as well as the occupants moving through the buildings,
Mm-hmm.
things they're interacting with. And really what our goal is to be able to capture that data to better inform kind of two hemispheres. One is the user experience of the person in the building. Then the other hemisphere is the operation of the building. So it's the experience and the operations and trying to tie those together to really provide a holistic savings for the end users and the operators of the buildings.
Well,
Now,
yeah, and I mean now more than ever, that's critical, in a and sort of current pandemic world, to be able to optimize both of those areas for your clients is huge.
yeah, absolutely. Employees coming back to the office, they want to know things like how often has this space been cleaned? When was the last time it was cleaned? Anybody wants to be able to book a desk that, as people are moving towards more of a hoteling mindset these
Hmm.
days, with the flex mentality of work, I want to work from home a couple of days. I want to come in the office a couple of days. What kind of technologies do we need to enable that to be seamless for an end user and
Yeah.
provide them insight into what's happened in the building, as well as things like indoor air quality? How
Hmm.
good is the air in my building? Do I feel safe even breathing the air? Hopefully most of our buildings are high quality air, but, just having that peace of mind is very important to our
Yeah,
clients and their
definitely.
employees. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. You guys have a really exciting department that you work within. So tell me a little bit about Little as a whole.
Sure. So Little is a multidisciplinary design firm. We have practices that range from healthcare to retail, uh, workplace, and higher ed and community. So community and higher ed is civic work and other
Hmm.
community type work. And that's all of our design and architectural services. Within that, we also have consulting specialties, which is the group that Smart Building Studio falls into, which is kind of an add-on service to the architectural practice. So we have things like land development services, branded graphics, Skyscraper 3D, which is our virtual environments and augmented reality studio. We're really a very diverse firm that provides architecture and engineering services for a wide range of clients across the whole United States.
Yeah, and that's why I love working with you guys. You're very progressive, very technologically advanced, and like you said, very diverse, and can do a lot of different things for your clients, which is always, kind of nice to have a one-stop shop, if you will.
Right.
Okay, so the reason we're kind of sitting down today is recently our firm and your firm worked on a project together. We are, a partner to you guys currently. So tell me a little bit high level about this engagement and what your client was looking to accomplish and where your team was challenged, kind of why you came to us.
Yeah, sure. So this engagement centered around a financial services client of ours that has millions of square feet in their portfolio. And as I mentioned, a lot of companies are trying to figure out this flex work scenario and how do
Hmm.
we put out or identify desks where people can come in and hotel for a day and then work from home. So their challenge to us was, hey, in all of our corporate headquarters space, they have a large campus, millions of square feet. We need to be able to identify these desks that are hoteling desks so that when people pull up their app, they can clearly see where they can book a desk. Now, in order to do that, we had to do some AutoCAD work and
Hmm.
literally had to take new AutoCAD blocks, overlay them on existing blocks, edit that block, type in a number, save it, then go on to the next one. All right. So just that process there, it takes 30 seconds.
Yeah.
But we had to do that over tens of thousands of desks, and it just wasn't feasible to do that manually.
Yeah.
So we started thinking about how can we automate this because it is a repetitive process. It's pretty basic steps within AutoCAD to execute. So it should be able to be scripted.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, we didn't have the staff or the expertise in-house anymore to do that. A lot of our people that did AutoCAD scripting back in the day have since moved on to do much more technically challenging things. So we don't have that skill set in house. And, I thought about TPM and I knew that you guys did have professional services. So that's why I reached out to see if you had the skill sets to be able to build just a quick routine that will go through and identify those blocks, do the work, save it, and be done.
Yeah.
And you guys delivered fantastically.
Oh, I love to hear it. Yeah, it's interesting, and I'm so happy that you did reach out to us because, most folks, when they think about TPM, we've grown and evolved so much in the last, 50 years that we've been in business. They still kind of pinpoint us to one area that they work with us in, right? Oh, we know TPM, they're the print people, or we know TPM, they're the Autodesk people, or they're the Bluebeam people. But in actuality, we have this whole bench of technical professionals who can do much more advanced consulting services, similar to creating the routine that we did for you guys, just to kind of help you work more efficiently and automate your business. So we're, super excited when we got that call from you guys. So in the end, our team ended up providing, a 4-hour consulting engagement, so a half a day worth of services to provide that custom routine that automated those very manual, tedious tasks in your drawings. So without the routine, if you guys had continued down this manual path, how long do you think it would have taken you to manually update all those drawings versus how long did it end up taking you after having that half a day engagement?
Right. So we estimated that we touched about 100 drawings for this client.
Wow.
And each one, if we'd have done it manually, would have taken between an hour and a half and 2 hours to do because they
Wow.
have very large floor plates. They were making a lot of desks hoteling. So we were looking at 100 to 150 hours of manual work
Hmm.
without the script. With the script, that hour and a half per drawing dropped to about 30 seconds per drawing.
Wow. That's
So that is
huge.
huge time savings. I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's unbelievable how quick it went. And there's also it eliminates data entry errors as well. Typing in room numbers over and over again, you're very prone to errors. Having a script run, it copies and pastes the same value, so there's no error checking really required. We do give it a once over when the script is done, but
Sure.
it
Absolutely.
eliminates a lot of data entry errors as well. So the quality is very high.
Yeah, I mean that's incredible. Like on the back end to say, for spending less than $1,000 to have this custom routine created, we saved hundreds of hours of production time is just phenomenal. And we're so happy that we could help you guys, in that way.
Right.
Um, so going forward, how might this change your processes and would you partner with TPM to support additional efforts like this? Does it change the way you guys think about, oh, maybe we can have routines created for other parts of our business?
Yes, definitely. So one thing that's been interesting in the IWMS world is that, historically these systems have been, the foundation has been based on CAD drawings and
Mm-hmm.
having to polyline a CAD drawing and tag a space and tell it it's an office, it's a workstation, whatever it may be. And most clients have been used to that cost. I mean, it's always been a significant cost of the implementation of these systems. And clients have been used to that and they've kind of expected it. But now with some of the newer systems that are coming on the market, they're able to ingest PDFs and you don't need to do all that upfront work, right?
Right.
So clients' expectations are changing. So we need to be able to, for the systems that don't ingest PDFs and have a simple process, there's still a lot that don't do that. We need to be able to be much more efficient on how we process CAD drawings. So
Mm-hmm.
everything from polylining faster to identifying data and elements within buildings more quickly. And generally just tagging data. Just it's the data entry piece that there's a lot of automation that can be accomplished if you think about it in the right way and have the right partners that can help you kind of strategize how you may accomplish that. We may have an idea of, maybe we can do this and streamline this piece of it, but we don't really know if that's technically feasible or not. That's
Right.
why we call it TPM and say, okay, let's talk to the experts. Let's talk to the guys and gals who are going to be coding this and get their feedback on, is this feasible, number one? And if so, what would the cost be? Because if it is feasible, the cost is going to outweigh the manual cost. There's no doubt about
Sure.
it.
Sure. Yeah. And in this instance, like point in case, it very much did, right?
Yeah.
several $100 saved you several hundreds of hours versus your
Yes.
production billable rates. So that's what we love to see. You know, we're so happy we could partner with y'all, and definitely looking forward to continuing the conversation and seeing what other areas we can partner on to help kind of automate and accelerate your business.
Yeah, that's great. You know, we're always trying to tweak things. You know, we're techies at heart as well, and
Right.
obviously. So we're always looking for ways to streamline and leverage new technologies. So having a partner like TPM is great for us.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, we're in it to win it with you guys. So we'll leave it there. And thank you so much for your time today, David. And again, just so much looking forward to the next projects with y'all.
Absolutely. So are we. Thank you,
All
Kelsey.
right. Thanks.